We talk about the internet or streaming a movie like it's just flipping a switch. But behind every single pixel, every megabit you download, there's this incredible battle being fought by two invisible giants. One of them controls the actual physical pipes bringing the internet to your house, and the other, well, they're deciding how Hollywood is going to make its next blockbuster. Let's get into it. So, have you ever actually stopped to wonder who's calling the shots here? Who decides the speed of your internet connection? Or the actual process a director uses to make a movie? I'll give you a hint. It's not some government agency, and it's not just one company. The real answer is way more interesting. The answer is two organizations you've probably never even heard of, CableLabs and MovieLabs. And these two, they are the secret architects of the digital world we live in. One of them literally shaped the internet you're using right now, and the other is completely tearing up the rulebook for how movies will be made for the next 20 years. And this is where it gets really good, because they're focused on two totally different things. On one side, you have the physics of connectivity. This is the gritty, down-in-the-mud reality of pushing data through physical copper wires. On the other side, you've got the physics of creativity. This is the huge blue sky ambition of moving Hollywood's entire creative engine into the cloud. So let's start with the masters of the physical world, CableLabs. The easiest way to think about them is as the ultimate road builders for the internet, right? They're not driving the cars, they're deciding how wide the highway is, how fast you can go, and what the road is made of. We wake up every day to invent the future. That's their actual mantra, and it really gets to the heart of what they do. CableLabs was created for one reason, to keep inventing the future for the cable industry so it wouldn't become a dinosaur. They're all about evolving that physical infrastructure. And their masterpiece? Their crown jewel? It's a technology called DOCSIS. And this thing is basically magic. It's the specification that takes that old TV cable from the 1980s, probably still in your walls right now, and turns it into a pipe that can deliver ridiculously fast gigabit speed internet. It's an absolutely incredible feat of engineering. And they are not slowing down. Their big mission right now is something called the 10G platform, which is built on the next-gen standard DOCSIS 4.0. And get this, the goal is audacious. They want to make the billions of dollars of copper wire that's already in the ground just as fast as brand new fiber optics. This is a fight to keep those physical pipes in the game for decades. Okay, so let's switch gears to our second giant. If CableLabs is the road builder, then MovieLabs is the visionary car designer, dreaming up the futuristic vehicles that are going to be on that road. Their world isn't about the pipes, it's about the incredible stuff that's going to flow through them. And listen, don't underestimate their power for a second. MovieLabs is the research group for the Big Five: Disney, Warner Bros., Universal, Paramount, and Sony. So when MovieLabs speaks, you better believe the entire creative industry stops and listens. They set the tech agenda for Hollywood. And in 2019, they dropped an absolute bombshell on the industry. It was a manifesto called the 2030 Vision. And it was this radical declaration with a hard deadline, basically saying the old way of making movies is dead. The new rule? By 2030, everything must be done in the cloud. Their whole new philosophy boils down to two core principles. First, assets sit, apps come. Forget downloading a monster 500 gigabyte movie file. No way. The file stays put in the cloud, and the editing software flies to the data. Second is zero trust security. This means stop trying to build firewalls around buildings. In the cloud, you have to protect the movie file itself. And these two ideas are forcing giants like Adobe and Amazon to completely rethink their businesses. Now, this is where the story gets a fascinating twist. Let's go to India, because it's become this real-world laboratory where these two giant philosophies are sprinting in completely opposite directions. This is the really cool question that India forces us to ask. What happens when you don't have to worry about decades of old copper wire? Do you just follow the same old upgrade path? Or do you get to leapfrog everyone and jump straight to the future? Well, the divergence is just stark. When it came to building the internet, India, led by Reliance Jio, basically looked at CableLabs' whole roadmap and said, no thanks. They skipped all the copper upgrades and went straight to pure fiber. But at the exact same time, Bollywood started running at full speed to embrace MovieLabs' cloud-first vision. So on the ground, what you have is Reliance Jio building its massive Jio fiber network with nothing but pure fiber optic tech, completely bypassing DOCSIS. At the same time, Indian tech companies like Prime Focus are becoming global leaders in cloud-based media, and huge studios like Yash Raj Films are using MovieLabs standards to get their movies on platforms like Netflix. Okay, so we've got one group building faster roads, another designing faster cars, and a whole country that decided to skip the old road entirely. So what? Why does this actually matter to you? Well, because at the end of the day, these two paths, they have to merge. Think about it like a truck and its cargo. CableLabs and the fiber guys, they build the truck. That's the network. MovieLabs, they're designing and packing the cargo. That's the movie. And here is the simple, inescapable truth. The truck has got to be big enough for the cargo, but the cargo can't be so massive that it breaks the truck. They are completely dependent on each other.
So what's the bottom line here? It's simple. CableLabs is obsessed with connectivity, squeezing every last drop of speed out of physical wires. MovieLabs is obsessed with creativity, pushing all of filmmaking into the cloud. But the ultimate takeaway is this. MovieLabs' incredible vision for the future of entertainment is completely dependent on a super fast pipe, whether it comes from CableLabs or pure fiber, to actually get to your screen.
So the next time you stream a 4K movie and it just works flawlessly, remember that what you're seeing is a tiny miracle of engineering. It's the result of a silent partnership between these two invisible giants, the one who built the road and made sure the data could get there, and the one who designed the car that carried the story. Together, they are weaving the very fabric of our digital lives.